And you see kids, you might think, you keep labeling everyone extreme right wing, you know? Why are you saying these things? Because it's true, and you know how true it is because he says it quite often. I mean, quite often, because out of nowhere, we learn that evil spider guy is evil because he's not capitalistic enough.
Money yet, but later he has lots of money, so let's assume that being rich and successful is also part of his goal set. Hard to starve to death if you're rich, right? I mean, at least until the communists come and expropriate your life.
Right. Evil spider guy did not try to become the head of a multinational corporation. So Madame Web is too pro-communist because we don't have the right kind of capitalism being represented. Ergo, bad movie. You didn't give us the right capitalistic lessons. I mean, I get that he's a right-wing guy. Reviewers will have their biases, but boy, this guy just went all kinds of insanity in just being extremely racist, extreme anti-communism, all the right-wing ticks. And if you think I'm joking, oh no. He managed to say someone is both Mexican and Peruvian simultaneously.
But they don't, because, if they did, then the film wouldn't have happened, and that would have been a real tragedy. In the cave, Mother Webb is placed in a pool by Mexican Spider Jesus.
Well, to be fair to him, he kept going back to South America. Now, technically, yes, bad spider guy got the magic spider from South America. But he kept going back to it because he said Blue Beetle had the South America, even though it was based on Mexican characters. So he seems to not know that Mexico is not South America, even though Mexico is right below the United States. So maybe he's just racist towards geography textbooks. But oh no. Yeah, he is racist towards black and Hispanic people outright because they're diverse characters. Because, skin color.
Over this girl. This girl is diverse female character number 1. Now, the video on my second channel is short enough for people with single-digit IQs to bother watching it, meaning I've predictably had a few people latch onto this description and leverage it as evidence of my racism.
Well, if he had bothered to do any research, or his editor had double-checked the editing, they would know, yes, there is a black Spider-Woman. Hard to believe. And to be fair, I was not aware about this, and someone corrected me on Twitter. Could still say it is, quote, forced diversity, because it is a little silly. We already have a lot of spider women here. We don't technically need the black spider woman, but yes, if you actually double check, there is a black spider woman in the comics. This is not exactly that version. They modernized and changed quite a lot of things. However, no, it's probably that they just want the IP for the spider women. So they had a Hispanic Spider-Woman, because there is a Hispanic Spider-Woman, and they had the Black Spider-Woman, because there's a Black Spider-Woman. In other words, you are just plainly racist. Oh, and it got even worse. I know, it's like, can you stop? No, we gotta keep the right-wing hit parade coming, because he made an exception for the white character.
Is nervous, timid, socially awkward. She suppresses the hurt and resentment that stems from being excluded from her new family, and we'll see later that somewhere inside of her is a vivacious teenage girl who wishes she had the confidence and the freedom to do what vivacious teenage girls do. She just needs a little bit of encouragement. In short then, this hospital scene introduces us to something approaching a fully formed character.
So Sydney does have a character. He's not going to label her not a character because we see a little bit more with her family background. Ergo, diverse female character is diverse female character. I'm not a racist. You're the racist. These are racist stereotypes. Why is it a racist stereotype? Because, of course, the Hispanic character has problems with deportation. That is very racist. So the film calling out racism is racist. Listen, Madame Web is all kinds of terrible. It is terrible on many levels. You might even say it's terrible in the woke aspects. So good on him, he figured out some woke aspects and is criticizing it. But for most of this film, the major problems are, as he himself says, the acting, the dialogue, special effects, the script, the directing. This thing has so many problems, and most reviewers were able to get to those problems without becoming racists or extreme anti-communists. But apparently that is too much for Mr. Little Platoon. He has to do the racism, the anti-communism, and sexism and homophobia, because critical drinker, I guess. So there you go. So Madame Web's still terrible, but boy, this review was just awful. It was just awful.